Every small improvement you make today leads to the dramatic transformation you deserve tomorrow. A better life doesn't happen by chance. It happens by choice. So choose to improve yourself every single day and watch your life dramatically transform. The path to improvement starts with believing you're worth the effort. What if I told you that your life could change in ways you've only dreamed of? Have you ever felt stuck? Like you're not living the life you truly want? You're not alone. And the truth is, it doesn't have to stay this way. In this video, we're diving into 10 simple and powerful ways you can take control and make real changes in your life. These aren't complicated steps or empty promises. They're real, practical actions you can start right now. Whether it's about your mindset, your habits, or the way you see yourself, every tip here is designed to help you unlock the potential you already have. So, are you ready to take the first step toward the life you've been waiting for? Now let's dive in. Number 1, wake up early and create a structured and productive routine. Let me start by saying that how you start your day matters more than you think. The first few hours of your day set the tone for everything that follows. If you wake up early, you'll notice that the world is quieter, more peaceful, and more productive. But here's the key. It's not just about waking up early. It's about what you do with those early hours. Most people get up, rush through their morning, and stumble through the day. They live in reaction mode rather than in control. They check their phones, scroll through social media, and let the world dictate their rhythm. But successful people, those who truly want to change their lives, they approach the day differently. They wake up with purpose, with intention. They know that in the quiet of the morning, they can build momentum for everything else that follows. Think about it. You've got a few hours before the world starts demanding things from you. What could you accomplish with that time? What would happen if you used that time to move yourself closer to your goals? Creating a structured and productive routine isn't about making your day rigid or stressful. It's about creating a foundation for success. When you wake up early and commit to a well-organized morning routine, you take charge of your life. You set the tone for the rest of the day. Now let's talk about that morning routine. It can include a number of different things depending on what works for you, but there are some core principles that will make a huge difference. Start by focusing on your health. Physical health is the cornerstone of everything else in your life. A few minutes of stretching, a light workout, or even a brisk walk can do wonders for your body and your mind. When your body feels good, your mind becomes clearer, more focused, and more energetic. Next, think about your mind. You have to feed your mind with positive, inspiring thoughts. Spend some time reading or listening to something that lifts you up. Whether it's a book, a podcast, or an audio program, fill your mind with knowledge that helps you grow. Feed your soul with something that encourages you to be your best self. Don't just leave it up to chance. Be intentional about what you're taking in. What you consume mentally will show up in your life. Also, take some time for planning and setting your goals for the day. Think about the tasks that matter most to you. What are your priorities? If you're not clear on what needs to get done, you'll waste time on things that don't move you forward. Your morning routine should include a moment of reflection and focus to help you clarify your intentions. Decide what success looks like today and get moving towards it. Finally, remember that success doesn't happen by accident. You don't get to your goals by sleeping in and waiting for life to happen to you. It requires discipline, effort, and a commitment to making your mornings count. When you start the day with purpose, everything that follows becomes easier. You build momentum, you increase your energy, and you make better decisions. What happens when you start each day with intention? You build a sense of accomplishment right from the start, and that feeling carries you through the rest of the day. When you create a productive morning routine, you make it possible for the rest of your day to be just as focused, just as intentional. So, here's my challenge to you. Start tomorrow by waking up a little earlier. Commit to your routine. Make it your foundation. Whether it's exercise, planning, reading, or just taking time to reflect, use that time for you. Build a habit of success by mastering your mornings. Because when you take control of your mornings, you take control of your life. This is the first step, a simple but powerful step. Your life can change dramatically, starting with what you do as soon as you wake up. If you want a life of success, it begins with how you structure your days. Number 2, push your limits every single day. If you want to improve your life, you've got to challenge yourself. You've got to push your limits every single day. Growth doesn't happen when you stay in your comfort zone. It happens when you step outside of it. When you push yourself, you break through barriers. And it's only by pushing those limits that you grow into the person you need to become to achieve everything you want. Now, many people believe that success is about taking the easy route. They look for shortcuts, the quick fix, or the easiest way to do things. But let me tell you something. Success is about discomfort. Success is about stretching yourself beyond what you think you can handle. It's about putting yourself in situations that make you uncomfortable, but ultimately help you become stronger, more capable, and more confident. If you're not regularly feeling uncomfortable, then you're probably not growing. It's easy to stay where you are and not face the challenges that come with growth. But if you want to change your life, if you want to become better, you must get used to pushing yourself beyond your limits. That's where the real transformation happens. You see, your limits are not set in stone. They are self-imposed. Your mind may tell you that you can't do something, but the truth is, you can do much more than you realize. Your body, your mind, your potential, they are all capable of far more than you think. But you have to be willing to test those limits, to push beyond them every single day. Start by identifying areas in your life where you've been holding back. Maybe you've been afraid to take on new challenges because you fear failure. Maybe you've been too comfortable in your routine. Maybe you've been avoiding things that would force you to grow. It's time to change that. Start small if you need to, but take action. Push yourself physically. If you've been sticking to the same exercise routine for months, it's time to increase the intensity. Do more than you did yesterday. Your body can handle more than you realize. Push yourself a little harder, whether it's lifting a heavier weight, running an extra mile, or simply pushing through fatigue when your body wants to quit. Push yourself mentally. Take on tasks that stretch your skills and abilities. Read something that challenges your way of thinking. Learn something new every day. Whether it's picking up a new skill, solving a difficult problem, or simply thinking in a different way, make sure you're expanding your mind every day. If you feel comfortable with everything you're learning, you're probably not growing as fast as you could. Push yourself emotionally. We all have fears and insecurities, but if you let them control you, they will keep you from reaching your full potential. Face your fears head on. Talk to that person you've been avoiding. Take on a project you're scared of. Stretch your emotional boundaries. It's through this emotional discomfort that you build resilience and grow stronger in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. And most importantly, push yourself with your goals. Don't settle for average. Don't settle for what's easy. Set goals that scare you a little. Set goals that make you feel nervous, excited, and challenged. If your goals don't make you uncomfortable, then you're probably not aiming high enough. Go for the things that seem impossible, the things that make you doubt whether you can achieve them. That's when you know you're on the right path. When you push your limits, you build confidence. You prove to yourself that you can do hard things. Each time you overcome a challenge, you develop a deeper belief in your abilities. And that belief is what will carry you through tougher times. It's the belief that no matter what comes your way, you can handle it. It's the belief that you have what it takes to overcome obstacles, face challenges, and continue moving forward. Pushing your limits isn't easy. It's not supposed to be. But if you want to improve your life, if you want to get to the next level, you must face the discomfort. You must be willing to push yourself every single day. The more you push yourself, the more you'll realize that your limits were only in your head. What you thought you couldn't do becomes something you can do with ease. It's time to stop holding back. It's time to stop letting fear or doubt control your actions. Every day, push yourself a little further. Make the choice to stretch your limits and watch how quickly your life transforms. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment or the right conditions. You can start right now with the next decision you make. Number 3, build discipline through consistent daily actions. Discipline is the foundation of all achievement. It's what separates those who dream from those who achieve. Too many people talk about wanting to improve their lives, but very few are willing to do the consistent daily work necessary to make it happen. If you want to dramatically improve your life, discipline is non-negotiable. It's the daily actions you take, consistently and persistently, that shape your future. Discipline is the ability to make yourself do what needs to be done, even when you don't feel like it. It's what allows you to show up every single day, even when you're tired, discouraged, or overwhelmed. Discipline is about showing up when no one is watching, doing the work even when you don't feel like it. It's not about motivation, it's about commitment. The key to building discipline is understanding that it's not something you're born with. Discipline is built through practice. It's cultivated through consistent daily actions. And while it may seem hard at first, discipline becomes easier over time as you stick with it. The more you practice discipline, the stronger it becomes. Eventually, it becomes automatic. You don't have to think twice about showing up, doing the work, or pushing forward. You simply do it because it's part of who you are. Start small. Begin with a single simple habit that you can do every day. Whether it's waking up early, exercising, reading, or setting aside time to work on a goal, start with one action and commit to it. Consistency is key. You don't need to do everything at once or aim for perfection. Progress, not perfection, is what builds discipline. Focus on showing up every day no matter what. Discipline is what allows you to follow through on the promises you make to yourself. Too often people set goals and fail because they lack the discipline to keep going when things get tough. It's easy to start something new when you're excited and motivated. But what happens when that excitement wears off? That's when discipline takes over. Discipline allows you to keep going even when the initial spark fades. Take control of your time. Discipline means managing your time wisely. It means prioritizing what truly matters and eliminating distractions. Social media, binge watching, and endless scrolling are not going to move you closer to your goals. What will move you forward is focus and intentionality. Use your time wisely, especially when no one is watching. Mastering your time is one of the most powerful tools for building discipline. Build systems that support your discipline. Habits are formed through repetition and structure. If you want to be disciplined, create an environment that supports your goals. Surround yourself with things that help you stay on track. Whether it's setting reminders, creating a dedicated space for work, or removing distractions, create systems that hold you accountable. Remember, discipline is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. Start with small, daily actions that may seem insignificant on their own, but add up over time. Consistency compounds. Every action, no matter how small, builds momentum. Over weeks, months, and even years, these daily actions will turn into habits that shape your life. Discipline also means embracing delayed gratification. The truth is, success rarely comes quickly. If you want something worthwhile, you have to work for it. You have to stick with it, even when it's hard, even when progress feels slow. Discipline keeps you on track when the rewards are far off. It helps you stay the course even when you can't see immediate results. Discipline doesn't mean you have to be perfect every day. It means showing up even when it's hard. It means learning from mistakes, getting back on track, and not giving up. You're going to slip up at times. That's part of the process. But the most disciplined people are those who keep coming back. They don't let failure stop them. Number 4, save money and avoid unnecessary spending. The truth is, money is one of the most powerful tools you have to create the life you want. But it's also one of the easiest things to squander if you're not careful. Saving money and avoiding unnecessary spending aren't just good habits. They are essential to building the foundation of a secure and prosperous future. If you're serious about improving your life, this principle cannot be overlooked. Too many people live paycheck to paycheck, spending without a clear purpose or strategy. They think about what they can buy in the moment without considering the long-term impact on their financial health. It's easy to fall into the trap of instant gratification. But the truth is, saving money requires discipline, foresight, and a mindset shift. Start by understanding that every dollar you spend is a decision. You're either investing in your future or you're letting your money slip away without any return. The more you understand the value of money, the easier it becomes to make choices that will serve you well in the long run. Saving money isn't about deprivation or living without. It's about being smart and intentional with how you use your resources. One of the best ways to save money is to create a budget. A budget doesn't have to be complicated or restrictive. It's simply a tool to help you understand where your money is going. When you track your spending, you become more aware of where your money is leaking out. Those little purchases here and there add up quickly, and before you know it, they're taking a big chunk out of your finances. Take control of your spending by setting limits. Establish clear boundaries for your discretionary spending. It's easy to justify small purchases, but those small amounts can turn into larger sums over time. Whether it's your daily coffee habit, buying new clothes when you don't really need them, or eating out more often than you should, these little expenses can eat away at your savings. Ask yourself before every purchase, is this really necessary? Is this something I truly value? You'd be surprised how many things we buy simply out of habit, impulse, or the desire to keep up with others. The key to building wealth isn't about earning more. It's about being wise with what you already have. If you're not intentional about where your money goes, it will disappear without you even realizing it. Once you've set up a budget and created boundaries around spending, focus on saving. Make it a priority. Save first and spend what's left. Many people make the mistake of spending first and then saving whatever is left over. But that's not the path to financial success. Pay yourself first. As soon as you receive your income, put aside a portion for savings before you do anything else. Even if it's just a small amount to start, make it a habit to save regularly. Over time, your savings will grow, and so will your sense of financial security. Saving money also means being mindful of your long-term goals. Think about where you want to be in 5, 10, or 20 years. What kind of financial life do you want to have? Do you want to own your home outright? Retire early? Or have the freedom to travel and enjoy life without worrying about money? All of these things are possible, but only if you are intentional about saving and avoiding unnecessary spending. One of the most powerful ways to save is to invest. While saving money in a bank account is important, investing allows your money to grow. Whether you're investing in stocks, bonds, mutual funds, or real estate, the key is to start early and be consistent. The more you invest, the more your money will work for you, generating returns over time. The earlier you begin, the more time your money has to grow. Another principle to keep in mind is avoiding debt. Debt can be a major obstacle to financial freedom. Every dollar you owe is a dollar you don't get to keep. While some debt may be necessary, like a mortgage or student loans, avoid taking on unnecessary debt that doesn't contribute to your long-term wealth. Paying off high-interest debt should be a top priority. The less you owe, the more you get to keep and grow. When it comes to saving money, make it a habit. Treat saving as a part of your lifestyle. The more consistent you are, the easier it becomes. Don't wait for the perfect time to start saving or investing. Start now, even if it's with a small amount. The key is to make saving a part of your daily routine. Even if you only save a little, over time, it adds up and creates a strong financial foundation. At the end of the day, the best way to improve your financial situation is through consistency. Small sacrifices today will pay off big in the future. Every dollar you save is one step closer to achieving the financial freedom you want. By being intentional with your money, avoiding unnecessary spending, and saving consistently, you're putting yourself in a position to live a life of security, freedom, and opportunity. Number 5, learn something new every single day. The world is full of knowledge, and one of the most powerful ways to improve your life is to commit to learning something new every single day. Whether it's a small piece of information or a more complex skill, expanding your knowledge is a lifelong journey that will pay off in ways you can't yet imagine. The more you learn, the more capable you become. And the more capable you are, the more opportunities you open up for yourself. Learning doesn't stop when you finish school. It doesn't stop when you land a job or hit a milestone. If you want to truly improve your life, learning must be a constant part of your routine. Every day is an opportunity to grow, to sharpen your mind, and to increase your potential. And the great thing is that learning doesn't have to be formal or complicated. It can be as simple as reading a book, watching an educational video, or listening to a podcast. The key to learning something new every day is consistency. Just like physical exercise, mental exercise needs to be done regularly to see results. A little bit of learning every day adds up to a lot over time. Imagine if you spent just 20 minutes each day learning something new. In a year, that would add up to over 120 hours of learning. Over 5 years, that's 600 hours of knowledge and growth. And that's only from investing a small portion of your day into learning. The type of knowledge you seek is up to you. Whether it's learning more about your industry, mastering a new skill, or gaining insights into personal development, the key is to keep expanding your horizon. Don't let the idea that you need to have a specific goal in mind stop you. Sometimes, learning for the sake of learning is just as valuable. You may pick up something that unexpectedly impacts your life or career in ways you never anticipated. But make sure that what you're learning is meaningful. It's not about mindlessly scrolling through random information or filling your head with distractions. It's about actively seeking out knowledge that challenges your thinking, broadens your perspective, and adds value to your life. Choose to learn things that matter to you, that align with your goals and ambitions. You don't have to have a degree to be a lifelong learner. In fact, the most successful people aren't the ones with the most formal education. They're the ones who never stop learning. They take the time to educate themselves every day. Whether it's reading books, listening to experts, or practicing skills that will move them closer to their goals. Self-education is one of the most powerful tools at your disposal. It's something you control, and it's something that can always be expanded and deepened. Learning something new every day also means stepping outside of your comfort zone. It's easy to stick to what you already know, to follow the same patterns, to stay in your own lane. But if you want to grow, you have to stretch yourself. Seek out new information, new ideas, and new perspectives. Push the boundaries of your knowledge. It may feel uncomfortable at first, but that's where the growth happens. As you stretch your mind and try new things, you'll begin to see the world in a different way. Your thoughts will become sharper. Your problem-solving abilities will improve, and you'll begin to think more creatively. Don't be afraid to make mistakes along the way. Learning isn't about being perfect, it's about progress. Every time you try something new, whether it's learning a new language, improving your public speaking, or developing a new skill, you may stumble. But that's part of the process. The key is to keep going, to keep learning, and to use every mistake as an opportunity to learn something even more valuable. You may find that learning something new every day leads to unexpected benefits in your personal and professional life. When you constantly improve yourself, you become more confident, more capable, and more resourceful. You'll find that you have a wider range of skills and experiences to draw from, which makes you better prepared for whatever comes your way. And as you continue to grow, you'll attract new opportunities that are aligned with your increased knowledge. There are so many ways to learn. You can read books, attend webinars, take online courses, or even just have conversations with people who know more than you. No matter how you choose to learn, the important thing is that you make it a regular part of your life. Carve out time each day to invest in your growth. Start small if you need to listen to a podcast while you drive, read an article while you drink your morning coffee, or take an online course during your lunch break. Make learning a habit. The more you do it, the more it becomes a natural part of your routine. Over time, you'll be amazed at how much knowledge you accumulate and how much your thinking has evolved. And as you continue to improve your mind, you'll see improvements in all areas of your life. You'll be more confident in your decisions, better equipped to solve problems, and more adaptable to changes in your environment. Number 6, work harder than everyone around you. If you want to stand out and make a real impact in your life, you've got to work harder than everyone else around you. Success doesn't come to those who do the bare minimum. It doesn't come to those who take the easy route or show up half-heartedly. If you want to dramatically improve your life, you must embrace a work ethic that goes beyond what others are willing to put in. You have to go the extra mile, push through the obstacles, and put in the effort when others are resting. It's easy to look around and see people coasting through life, taking shortcuts, or doing just enough to get by. They get comfortable, satisfied with mediocrity, and expect success to come to them. But that's not how it works. If you want extraordinary results, you've got to be willing to outwork the competition. That means you need to be willing to put in the hours, the energy, and the focus that others aren't. When everyone else is slowing down, that's when you should be speeding up. The truth is, hard work is often the difference between success and failure. Talent, luck, and connections all play a role, but none of them can replace the value of relentless effort. Hard work is the one thing you can control every single day. No one can take that away from you. It's what will push you ahead, help you break through barriers, and get you where you want to go. When you work harder than everyone around you, you create a momentum that others can't match. It's not just about putting in more hours. It's about putting in more focused, deliberate effort. Hard work is about pushing through when things get difficult. It's about showing up day in and day out, even when you don't feel like it, even when you're tired, and even when the progress seems slow. It's about sticking with it when others quit. There will always be people around you who will take shortcuts, people who will try to get by with the least amount of effort. You can't control what others do, but you can control what you do. Don't look around at what others are doing. Focus on your own effort and the work you're putting in. When you commit to working harder than everyone else, you set yourself apart. You build a reputation for being relentless, for being someone who doesn't quit, no matter what. Working harder means making sacrifices. It means giving up short-term pleasures for long-term gains. It's about putting in the extra hours when others are clocking out, pushing through fatigue, and never settling for good enough. Hard work requires discipline and focus. It requires you to prioritize your goals and put in the effort needed to reach them, even when it's inconvenient or uncomfortable. The results of working harder don't always show up immediately, but they will show up eventually. Over time, your efforts will compound. Every hour you put in, every extra step you take, and every challenge you overcome will add up. And as the results begin to stack up, you'll see the rewards of your hard work. You'll build confidence, improve your skills, and become a master of your craft. Working harder than everyone around you also means constantly pushing your limits. Don't settle for mediocrity. Don't be content with being good enough. Push yourself to be the best you can be. When you see an opportunity to work harder, take it. When you feel the urge to stop, push through. Every time you go beyond what you thought was possible, you build mental toughness and resilience. And those qualities will serve you well in all aspects of your life. Hard work is also about consistency. It's not about working hard for a few days or weeks and then giving up. It's about showing up every single day, no matter how you feel. It's about keeping your promises to yourself and following through, even when it gets tough. Consistency is what separates the people who achieve their goals from those who don't. If you keep working harder than everyone around you, you'll eventually reach a level of success that others can only dream of. You'll face setbacks, obstacles, and challenges along the way. But each time you push through, each time you continue to work harder, you get stronger. You develop a resilience that becomes your superpower. And when you develop that kind of grit, nothing can stop you. Hard work will set you up for success in ways that talent and luck simply cannot. When you work harder than everyone around you, you're not just competing with others. You're competing with yourself. You're constantly trying to outdo who you were yesterday, to reach new heights, to improve on the progress you've made. That kind of relentless drive will push you further than you ever thought possible. It will take you places others only dream about. So, when you wake up every morning, ask yourself, how can I work harder today than I did yesterday? Focus on putting in more effort than everyone around you. Show up early, stay late, and give your absolute best every single day. It won't always be easy, but it will always be worth it. Number 7, focus only on what truly matters. In today's world, distractions are everywhere. The constant noise, the endless to-do lists, the social media updates, the news. It's easy to get caught up in all of it. But if you want to improve your life, if you want to reach the goals that truly matter to you, you must learn to focus only on what truly matters. Too many people waste time and energy on things that don't contribute to their growth or happiness. The key to a fulfilling life is to eliminate the noise and zero in on what's important. First, you need to get clear about what matters most to you. What are your top priorities? What do you value most? What are the goals that will move your life forward? It's essential to have clarity about what you want to achieve. When you're clear on your priorities, it's easier to say no to distractions and focus your energy on what's truly valuable. Focus is a discipline. It requires intention and practice. It's not something that comes naturally to most people, but it's something you can develop over time. And the best way to develop it is by being deliberate with your time and attention. Start by identifying what truly matters to you. This could be your family, your health, your career, or your personal growth. Whatever it is, make sure you're dedicating your time and energy to these core values. One of the biggest distractions in today's world is social media. It's designed to keep you scrolling, to capture your attention, and to pull you away from your goals. While there's nothing wrong with enjoying a bit of entertainment now and then, you need to be mindful of how much time you're spending on platforms that don't add real value to your life. When you focus on what truly matters, you realize that spending hours scrolling through social media or binge-watching shows isn't the path to the life you want. Another common distraction is trying to please everyone around you. Too many people waste time trying to live up to other people's expectations or chasing after approval. But if you're constantly trying to meet everyone's needs and gain their validation, you'll never be able to focus on your own. You need to be unapologetically focused on your own goals, your own well-being, and your own vision for your life. Don't let the opinions of others pull you off course. Stay true to what matters most to you. In addition to distractions, we often get caught up in minor tasks that don't make a meaningful impact. Think about all the small things that eat up your time: emails, meetings, tasks that aren't essential to your growth. While it's important to handle necessary responsibilities, you also need to be mindful of where you're spending your time. If you're always caught up in the little things, you'll never have the bandwidth to focus on the bigger picture. To stay focused on what truly matters, you must learn to eliminate or delegate tasks that don't align with your priorities. This means saying no to things that won't get you closer to your goals, even if they seem important in the moment. It's about being intentional with your choices. Take a hard look at your daily habits and routines. Are they moving you toward your long-term goals? Or are they just taking up space in your life? When you focus only on what truly matters, you start to experience a greater sense of fulfillment and purpose. You're no longer scattered, pulled in 100 different directions. Instead, you're working towards something meaningful. You're investing your time and energy into what will truly improve your life and help you achieve the results you want. And when you start seeing progress in the areas that matter most to you, it fuels even more motivation to keep going. Another key to focusing on what matters is learning to prioritize. Not everything is equally important, and not everything needs your attention. Prioritize the things that will make the biggest impact on your life. If you're trying to improve your health, focus on exercise and eating well, not on the latest diet trend. If you're working on your career, focus on the tasks and skills that will bring the most value to your work, rather than getting caught up in busy work. You must make choices that align with your ultimate goals, not just what's in front of you right now. Focus is also about eliminating unnecessary stress. It's easy to get overwhelmed when you try to do everything at once, but when you focus only on what truly matters, you can reduce the pressure you put on yourself. You don't need to be everything to everyone. You don't need to be perfect. What matters is that you're giving your best effort in the areas that will make the biggest difference in your life. You'll find that when you focus only on what matters, you become more productive, more fulfilled, and more at peace. Your mind becomes clearer because you're no longer cluttered with irrelevant tasks and distractions. You become more efficient because you're dedicating your energy to high-value work. And most importantly, you begin to experience greater satisfaction because you're living in alignment with your true priorities. There's also a deep sense of peace that comes with focusing on what matters. When you're not constantly bouncing from one thing to the next, When you're not chasing every opportunity that comes your way, you can be present in the moment. You can enjoy the journey because you're focused on what's truly important. You stop living in reaction to what's happening around you, and you start living in alignment with your own vision for your life. Number 8, cut distractions and stay fully focused. In a world filled with constant interruptions, staying focused can be one of the hardest challenges we face. We live in a time where notifications, social media, emails, and even the people around us are constantly vying for our attention. These distractions are everywhere, and they're often disguised as harmless, even useful activities. But if you want to dramatically improve your life, you need to learn how to cut distractions and stay fully focused on what really matters. The first step in cutting distractions is recognizing them. Distractions aren't always obvious. Sure, checking your phone or watching a TV show might seem like a way to unwind, but when those activities take time away from your goals, they become distractions. The true challenge is learning to differentiate between activities that help you progress and those that simply fill time without contributing to your purpose. We live in an age of constant connectivity. Everyone has a smartphone, and it seems like there's always something new to check. Whether it's an incoming message, a social media update, or an email notification, these things pull us away from the task at hand. Every time you look at your phone, you lose valuable minutes or even hours of productive time. Over the course of a day, these small distractions add up. The truth is, most of what we're checking on our phones doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things. It's easy to get lost in the scroll, but this only takes us away from our bigger goals. So how do you cut out these distractions and stay fully focused? The first step is creating an environment that supports your focus. This might mean putting your phone on silent, turning off notifications, or setting boundaries with people around you. When you're working on something important, it's crucial to eliminate the things that could pull your attention away. Create a space where you can immerse yourself in your work without interruptions. Whether that means turning off your phone or finding a quiet place to work, it's about setting yourself up for success. Next, you need to develop the discipline to resist distractions. It's easy to be tempted to check your phone, browse social media, or procrastinate on your tasks, but you must learn to stay strong in the face of those distractions. One powerful strategy is time blocking. Set aside specific periods of time during the day where you focus solely on one task, and during that time, commit to staying completely focused. Use that block of time to make real progress, whether it's working on a project, studying, or developing a new skill. By dedicating your energy to a single task without interruption, you allow yourself to achieve more in less time. Another effective technique for cutting distractions is to break your tasks into smaller, manageable chunks. The idea of working on something for hours without interruption can be overwhelming. But if you break your work into smaller tasks and focus on one small thing at a time, it becomes more achievable. Set clear goals for what you want to accomplish within a given time frame, and don't allow anything else to take your attention away from those goals. The power of deep work cannot be underestimated. This is the type of work where you enter a state of flow, fully immersed in what you're doing. It requires you to block out distractions completely and give your full attention to the task at hand. In these moments of deep focus, you're able to achieve far more than you could during scattered, distracted work sessions. So make it a priority to set aside time for deep work, where you can focus intensely and accomplish more in a shorter period. Distractions can also come from within. Negative thoughts, self-doubt, and worry can easily pull your attention away from what matters. These internal distractions often arise when you're working on something important, and they can be just as disruptive as external ones. When you start to feel distracted by these thoughts, take a moment to pause and refocus. Acknowledge the thoughts, but don't let them control you. Shift your focus back to the task at hand and remind yourself why it's important. It's also important to note that distractions are often a sign of lack of clarity or lack of motivation. If you're easily distracted, it could be because you're not truly passionate about what you're working on, or you're unsure about what your goals are. Take the time to define your purpose and your why. When you're clear about what you're working toward and why it matters, staying focused becomes much easier. It's easier to ignore distractions when you have a clear vision of the life you're working toward. In addition to external distractions, time management plays a significant role in maintaining focus. When you don't have a clear plan for your day, it's easy to become overwhelmed and scattered. Without structure, you end up jumping from one task to another without making real progress on any of them. Create a daily schedule that outlines what you need to do and when. Prioritize your tasks and tackle the most important ones first. By managing your time effectively, you reduce the likelihood of getting lost in distractions. Staying focused also means being mindful of your energy levels. If you're feeling mentally or physically drained, it's hard to focus at your highest level. Take care of your body and mind by eating well, exercising regularly, and getting enough sleep. When you're well rested and energized, staying focused becomes much easier. Avoid burning yourself out by balancing your work with proper rest and rejuvenation. One of the most powerful ways to cut distractions and stay focused is by learning how to say no. Often we say yes to things that don't align with our priorities out of obligation, fear of missing out, or wanting to please others. But saying yes to everything means saying no to what matters most. Be intentional about where you direct your time and energy. When you say yes to something that doesn't align with your goals, you're giving away precious time that could be spent on what truly matters. As you begin cutting distractions and staying focused, you'll start to see results. Tasks that once seemed overwhelming or time-consuming will become easier to complete because you're dedicating your full attention to them. You'll find that you can accomplish more in less time, and you'll experience a greater sense of satisfaction from completing meaningful work. As your focus strengthens, your productivity increases, and your progress accelerates. Number 9, eliminate distractions and stay laser-focused. In the pursuit of success, distractions are one of the biggest barriers we face. They derail our productivity, steal our attention, and leave us feeling scattered and unaccomplished. If you're serious about improving your life, it's essential that you learn to eliminate distractions and stay laser-focused on your goals. Focus is a muscle, and the more you train it, the stronger it becomes. To achieve extraordinary results, you must become intentional about directing your energy toward what matters and cutting out everything else. To begin, it's important to understand that distractions come in many forms. Some distractions are external, such as noise, people, or technology. Others are internal, like self-doubt, wandering thoughts, and mental fatigue. Regardless of the source, these distractions prevent you from channeling your energy into what really matters. If you want to make significant progress in your life, you must develop the ability to block out distractions and sharpen your focus on the tasks that will take you where you want to go. Start by identifying what distracts you most. Take an honest look at your daily routine. What pulls your attention away from your priorities? Maybe it's your phone constant notifications that pop up, drawing you away from your work. Or perhaps it's social media, which offers a tempting escape but steals precious hours from your day. Recognizing these distractions is the first step toward eliminating them. Once you're aware of what pulls you off course, you can take the necessary steps to remove them from your environment or limit their impact. One of the simplest ways to eliminate distractions is by controlling your environment. Create a workspace that supports focus and productivity. Clear away anything that doesn't contribute to your current task. Put your phone in another room, close unnecessary tabs on your computer, and let people around you know that you need uninterrupted time. When your environment is designed to support your focus, it becomes easier to stay on track. A cluttered space often leads to a cluttered mind, so keeping your physical space organized is key to maintaining a sharp focus. Setting boundaries with others is equally important. People will always try to pull you in different directions, whether it's a friend wanting to chat or a colleague asking for help. While it's important to be kind and supportive, you must also learn to say no when it interferes with your priorities. Being laser-focused means protecting your time like it's your most valuable asset, because it is. The more you set clear boundaries, the more you will free up time for the work that truly matters. Another critical aspect of staying laser-focused is managing your time effectively. Time is the one resource we can never get back, so how you use it will determine your success. Start by organizing your day around the tasks that will bring you closer to your goals. Prioritize the most important activities and tackle them first. When your energy and focus are at their peak, it's easy to get lost in smaller, less important tasks that don't move the needle. But focusing on high-priority work will accelerate your progress. When you sit down to work, commit to staying completely focused for a set period of time. Try working in focused blocks, where you give your full attention to a single task for a specific amount of time, say 45 minutes or an hour. During this block, don't allow any distractions to pull you away from your work. Turn off your phone, shut off notifications, and give your undivided attention to the task at hand. After the block is over, take a short break to recharge before diving back in. The more you practice this technique, the more you'll be able to sustain your focus for longer periods and the more progress you'll make. When distractions arise, it's important not to engage with them. If a thought pops into your head or someone interrupts you, acknowledge it, but don't let it derail you. Simply redirect your focus back to what you were doing. If it helps, write down any distracting thoughts so you can address them later, but don't let them linger in your mind. The key to staying laser focused is learning how to deal with distractions without allowing them to take control of your attention. It's also essential to recognize that your ability to stay focused is directly tied to your physical and mental energy. When you're tired or mentally drained, it becomes much harder to stay focused. So take care of yourself, get enough sleep, eat nutritious food, and exercise regularly. When you're physically and mentally energized, you'll find that staying focused comes naturally. If you're feeling fatigued, it's okay to step away and recharge for a bit. When you come back, you'll be able to focus more effectively. If you want to take your focus to the next level, practice mindfulness. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment, fully engaged in whatever you're doing without judgment or distraction. By practicing mindfulness, you train your mind to stay fully engaged with the task at hand. This will improve your ability to stay focused and accomplish more in less time. Even just a few minutes of mindfulness each day can help sharpen your focus and boost your productivity. Another way to stay laser focused is by limiting multitasking. It may seem like you're getting more done when you juggle multiple tasks, but in reality, multitasking dilutes your focus and reduces the quality of your work. When you focus on one task at a time, you can give it your full attention and produce better results. Stop dividing your attention between several things. Prioritize your tasks and give each one your full focus until it's completed. Developing the habit of laser focus also means managing your emotions. Stress, anxiety, and negative thoughts can be major distractions that derail your ability to focus. If you're feeling overwhelmed, take a moment to breathe deeply and center yourself. Sometimes the best way to clear your mind is to take a brief pause and reset. Remember that distractions are a natural part of life, but your response to them is what makes the difference. Stay calm, focused, and determined to get back to the task at hand. Lastly, it's crucial to hold yourself accountable for staying focused. This means acknowledging when you've been distracted and refocusing quickly. It's easy to fall into the trap of letting distractions slide, but staying accountable ensures that you stay on track. You'll build mental discipline over time, and your ability to stay laser focused will improve significantly. Number 10, practice gratitude to change your mindset. If you want to radically transform your life, one of the most powerful tools you can harness is gratitude. Too often, we get caught up in what's going wrong, what we don't have, or what we think we need to feel fulfilled. But practicing gratitude has the potential to change not only how you feel, but also how you think, how you act, and ultimately, how you live. Gratitude is more than just saying thank you when someone does something kind for you. It's a mindset. It's a conscious choice to recognize and appreciate the good in your life, no matter how small it may seem. And this shift in mindset has the ability to completely transform your reality. At its core, gratitude is about shifting your focus. Instead of focusing on what's lacking in your life or what's not going according to plan, gratitude redirects your attention to what's going right. It allows you to see the abundance in your life, even in the midst of challenges. When you start each day by acknowledging the things you're grateful for, you immediately shift your focus from a mindset of scarcity to one of abundance. You stop focusing on what you don't have and start appreciating what you do have. So how do you practice gratitude? And how can it truly change your mindset? The first step is simple. Take time each day to reflect on the things you're grateful for. And it doesn't have to be anything grand or extraordinary. In fact, the more specific you can be, the better. Whether it's the warm cup of coffee you enjoyed in the morning, a kind word from a friend, or simply the fact that you woke up to another day, these small moments of gratitude accumulate over time. As you build the habit of reflecting on your blessings, your mindset will naturally shift. You might think that gratitude only applies when things are going well, but that's where the real power lies. Gratitude is not just for the good times. It's especially important during the tough times. Life will throw challenges your way, and it's easy to feel discouraged or defeated. But by practicing gratitude in these moments, you reframe your situation. Even when things aren't perfect, there's always something to be thankful for. Perhaps it's the lesson you're learning from the struggle or the strength you're building as you work through it. Practicing gratitude during difficult times helps you stay grounded and focused on the bigger picture. One of the most effective ways to practice gratitude is to keep a gratitude journal. Each day, take a few minutes to write down 3 to 5 things you're grateful for. They can be small things like a good meal, a beautiful sunset, or a productive workday, or they can be bigger things like your health, family, or opportunities in life. The act of writing down these things helps solidify the habit and reinforces the shift in mindset. Over time, you'll start to see patterns emerge, and you'll notice how much you have to be thankful for. This simple practice has a profound impact on your mental state. When you focus on gratitude, you shift from a place of lack to a place of abundance. Instead of dwelling on the things that frustrate you or make you anxious, you begin to see the richness of what you already have. And when you can see your life through the lens of gratitude, you start to attract even more positive experiences and opportunities. Another way gratitude changes your mindset is by fostering positivity. When you practice gratitude regularly, you start to train your brain to look for the positive in every situation. This shift in perception makes you more resilient in the face of challenges and helps you approach problems with a sense of hope instead of despair. Gratitude changes how you react to the world around you. It helps you rise above the negativity and stay focused on solutions instead of dwelling on obstacles. Gratitude also shifts your perspective on relationships. When you practice gratitude, you begin to appreciate the people in your life in a deeper way. Instead of taking relationships for granted, you recognize the value of the support, love, and connection they bring. By expressing your gratitude to the people around you, you strengthen those bonds and create a positive cycle of mutual appreciation. Acknowledging the contributions of others, whether through a simple thank you or a more heartfelt gesture, can help nurture relationships and build a sense of community. Another powerful way gratitude can change your mindset is by reducing stress and anxiety. When we focus on the things we lack or the challenges we face, our minds naturally go into a state of worry. But gratitude helps break this cycle. When you focus on the good, you stop feeding the negative thoughts that contribute to stress. Gratitude calms the mind and brings you back to the present moment, where you can appreciate what you have instead of stressing over what you don't. In addition to reducing stress, practicing gratitude can also enhance your overall well-being. Studies have shown that people who regularly practice gratitude have lower levels of depression and anxiety, better sleep, and improved physical health. The more you practice gratitude, the better you feel both mentally and physically. Your body responds to this positive mindset by improving your immune system, boosting your energy levels, and reducing the impact of stress. If you want to take your gratitude practice to the next level, try expressing it to others. Share with your friends, family, and co-workers how much you appreciate them. A simple thank you or a kind word can go a long way in strengthening relationships and creating a positive atmosphere. When you express gratitude, you not only uplift others, but you also reinforce your own mindset of abundance and appreciation. One of the greatest benefits of practicing gratitude is the sense of fulfillment it brings. In a world that often emphasizes what's next, what we don't have, or what we still need, gratitude teaches us to pause and appreciate the present moment. It grounds us in the now and helps us recognize that we already have everything we need to be content. Gratitude brings fulfillment, and fulfillment brings peace of mind. Finally, practicing gratitude gives you the ability to see opportunities instead of obstacles. It rewires your brain to look for the positive aspects of any situation. No matter what happens in your life, gratitude allows you to see the lesson, the growth, or the hidden opportunity. When you cultivate gratitude, you are more likely to find solutions rather than get stuck in problems. To truly change your mindset, gratitude must become a daily habit. It's not enough to only practice it when things are going well. Gratitude is a practice that must be woven into every part of your life. By making gratitude a part of your daily routine, you transform the way you see the world. You shift from focusing on what's wrong to appreciating what's right. You cultivate a mindset that is positive, resilient, and empowered. When you consistently practice gratitude, you will notice that your mindset begins to shift in profound ways. You'll feel more optimistic, more connected to those around you, and more at peace with where you are in life. Gratitude is the key to unlocking a deeper level of happiness, fulfillment, and success. The more you practice it, the more your mindset will transform